Hey everybody, it's Kaycee. Welcome to my channel. I decided to do a vlog today, kind of vlog, not too much of like my work. I'm just doing orders today. I did a lot of them already, but I was gonna talk to you a little bit about my cutting machines. I thought this would be interesting. I liked watching when I was like researching on how to start my Etsy shop, or it's just interesting to see how like Etsy shops work. So I thought this would be an interesting video to film. I was going to go over what my cutting machines are that I use and why I use them. I have 3 of them. I have one main one and then another one that I kind of use, and the other one I barely use. It's the one I started with, but I still have everything, like all the cutting machines that I've used for my shop. I've been open for like 5 or 6 years, 6 years I think now. And I started with Silhouettes, and then now I use a Graphtec, standalone Graphtec. I don't have the auto feeder. I didn't buy that for multiple reasons. I don't know if I'll get into that, but I'll try to talk a little bit about it, why I have the standalone version of the Graphtec. I'm really happy with my setup right now. So I was just going to go over some of my older machines, why I started out with Silhouette, why I have Graphtec now. So I'm also I just did some orders, and I have them all ready. I need to get them, the shipping labels printed and get them ready to go. So maybe I'll throw some work into the video to make it a little more interesting. But I thought I might as well film this. And I also have this. So this is a Laurel Denise planner. And I had a horizontal planner by Laurel Denise a couple of years ago. It's been a little while now, but I just wanted to show everybody this. This is the portrait version, like the Laurel Denise portrait planner. It's kind of big, but so I don't know there. And I am loving this right now. So I'm not affiliated with Laurel Denise or anything, and I bought this with my own money, but I just wanted to show everybody because it is a unique planner. So if you haven't heard of Laurel Denise, I'll put the link in the description box below. But you see your monthly view and your weekly view at the same time, and that's why I love this planner, and I started using it this year. And this portrait layout is perfect for me. I tried their horizontal layout. Like I said, that was a couple years ago, and that wasn't the right planner for me, but this horizontal one is perfect because I can keep my monthly view open at all times. I don't have to keep flipping back to it because I like seeing my monthly view like the whole month. I used to have one planner open just to the monthly view, and then I had another planner that I had like all my things in. So I just wanted to mention this. It's unique because you have like the monthly view up here, and then each week you just kind of turn, so you have your you can see your full week with the month. So this is January's, like you can see my January stickers right now, and I am still doing it. I'm on February now, so we're in this week right now, but that's where we're in. I haven't made the stickers for these like available yet, like in my Etsy shop. I wasn't sure if people were interested, but I really like I'm sticking with this Laurel Denise planner, and I just like using stickers, so I made some for me. So I might end up putting them on my Etsy shop also, especially if I get any interest. But like I said, this is the portrait planner, and this is the one that works for me. But she also has like horizontal, like longer. There's like a mini horizontal where it's a smaller version of her bigger like original planner, and then you can get it in like the layout in vertical and horizontal. And I don't know if they have an hourly. I think it's just vertical and horizontal. But I just wanted to point those out. They're like unique planners, and they're getting a little more popular. So these Laurel Denise ones. So I just wanted to point that out to if anybody is interested in that, and if you're like me and you like seeing the monthly layout with the weekly layouts that you do. All right, I think I'm gonna go into now I'll start with my Silhouette Cameo, because that's what I started my shop with when I opened quite a few years ago. So I'm just gonna talk about each of my machines and show them to you. So I started with this Silhouette Cameo right here. I still have it, and it's just kind of under my desk where I have my Graphtec. I still use it. I only use it for vinyl. I don't use it for stickers anymore. So I'll kind of go into why I did that. But I bought this first because I did some research, and it seemed like Silhouette was the main like brand of cutting machine that sticker shops were using, and a lot of people were using these Cameos. So I decided to get this, And I, at the time, Graphtec wasn't really a thing for sticker shops. So it was like Silhouette or Cricut were pretty much my choices. It seemed from the research I did. But this is my first machine that let me open it, that I bought. And it still works. And it worked great for the time. So it's a pretty, it's a decent sized machine compared to the Silhouette Portrait. It holds a 12-inch mat. And I'm going to turn it on. And so it has this screen here too. So it has a touch screen. I'll kind of go into this compared to the Silhouette Portrait because I have one of those too, but I'll do that in a minute. So I started with this and it worked really well to get my Etsy shop started. I only had this machine. I didn't have any other cutting machines, and I probably had this for like a year and a half. And it worked really well, but towards the end it was getting, I was noticing more that it was getting like cuts like off, like it was just a little bit off center. And I was having more pages that I had to throw out. So it wasn't really efficient and in cost or time, because I was wasting time and money by throwing paper away. So we started with that. And then I decided, since I had this, I didn't do any vinyl at first. I only did stickers, and I was only using 8.5 by 11 size paper. I'm going to shut this down right now. It was easy to use too. I did like the Silhouette Cameo, and this was, like I said, like 5 or 6 years ago. So they do have like upgraded versions of these now, and I wouldn't say anything too bad about this, but if you are starting a sticker shop, I ended up getting the Silhouette Portrait after this, like as a second machine, because I wanted a backup machine, just because this one was, just in case something happened to this one and my shop was kind of picking up at that time. And so I got the Silhouette Portrait, and I'll take you over to the Portrait now and show you kind of the differences between these two machines. This is my Silhouette Portrait, and this is what I purchased when I decided I needed a second machine, and I wanted to see if this Silhouette would cut better than my Cameo that I had. So I purchased this, and this is a little bit smaller. It's quite a bit smaller actually than the Cameo machine, and I decided to do this because I knew this would be fine for stickers. It said it was okay. It didn't have like the touch screen or anything, but that's not really a problem. It has all the buttons you need over there. It used this smaller mat. The other mat was a 12 by 12 that I usually used. Because it can cut up to 12 inches wide. This can only cut up to like 8 inches wide. But if you're using a regular letter size paper, that doesn't really matter. So this one's the same. You just turn it on like the other one. It's just, it's very, very similar. And I don't know why a lot of sticker shops use the Silhouette Cameos when they could have been using this. And it's like the same descendant to this machine from Silhouette Studio. There's not really any difference. So I have had just as much good luck with this as I had with the Cameo. So if you're like choosing between the Cameo and the Portrait, and you're only going to be doing stickers on like a letter size paper, like 8.5 by 11, this works perfectly, and it's $100 cheaper than the Cameo. So if I get another Silhouette, I probably will be getting a Portrait. Again, I don't know if I would do a Cameo again, although I do still cut vinyl on the Cameo. I can switch that over to the Graphtec, so I don't think I really need a big Cameo anymore. That's just for future, just for reference for what I'm doing. So this was the Portrait, and it works decent most of the time. It seems to go through phases. There was a time like I was using, this became my main cutting machine after I bought it, and it does pretty well, but I was still having some of the problems. Every once in a while it would cut like off from what it needed to cut, and it seemed like it would do that, and I do it for quite a few pages. It would be like that. I tried to adjust the settings in Silhouette, and then it would be too far over the other way, like cutting. It was just, I still had issues with this, so it was still inconsistent. That's what it seems like. Silhouette just seemed a little bit inconsistent for me, and I'm not sure why. Like, I tried to troubleshoot quite a bit, But it's never terrible, and these worked really well for me to start. You have to like manually load the sheets in for both of them. They're both very similar, but like I said, if you're just cutting stickers and you're not doing like a 12 sheet vinyl or anything, I don't know why you would spend the extra $100 on a Silhouette Cameo when you can use a Silhouette portrait. So this is my little Silhouette portrait, and I still use this, not for any of my new stickers, but some of the older stickers that I still have designed. I still do use this because it's currently cutting really well. I don't use it as much, so maybe that's why. Like, I was using it more, so I don't know why that would have affected it, but that's my Silhouette portrait, and I do still like it. Here's my Graphtec machine. I'll turn it on in a minute. It's definitely like more industrial looking than the Silhouettes, and it sounds more like it's louder when you turn it on, but when it's cutting, it's quieter. The Silhouettes are surprisingly loud, especially the portrait when it is cutting stickers, especially stickers that have like jagged edges, like the Payday stickers that I have. Not really jagged edges, but a lot of like curves in it. It's very loud. So this machine is actually quieter when it's cutting stickers. But when you turn it on, I'll just turn it on right now. There, it makes just like a little bit, it's a little bit louder when you turn it on, and then it's quiet until you cut it again. And it's like manual. You have to, there's a lever in the back here that you pull to put each sheet in, and you still have to do everything manually, just like the Silhouettes for this machine. So I can't do multiple sheets at a time. If I would have gotten the other Graphtec, I believe it's the same as this machine. It just has the auto feeder attached to it, but that was, for one thing, it was way more expensive than this. You have to, some people said you have to have training for it. Some people didn't. Some people had somebody come in to actually set it up. This I just ordered online and set it up myself, so I didn't have to do anything like that. And it was like, this was around $1,500, and I think the one with the standalone, I think it was around $5,000 when I was looking, but then with everything else you have to get with it, it was gonna be around $6,000. And then I would have been limited on what I could do. I'll probably go into a comparison video about this and the auto feeder in a different video, because there's a lot of differences in why I chose the standalone. But I am very happy with this right now. It's kind of like a big Silhouette, but it's way more accurate. It's so much faster cutting everything. So I really like this machine, and this is what I do. This is my main machine for everything currently. And you can see how big it is right now compared to my little Silhouette over there. So there's the portrait. This is a huge machine. So it can hold a lot bigger. It can do vinyl also. So like I said, my Cameo's down there. So if that one ever dies, I still have this one that can do bigger sheets for my vinyl, like 12-inch sheets. But these are right now the machines that I use for stickers. I like all of them. They all have their different perks. I don't know if I would have started with the Graphtec if I was like starting my shop new, and I know a lot of people now are using Graphtec for their sticker shops, but it's a lot of money to put into it. So honestly, I would still probably start with the portrait. I don't think you need a Cameo if you're just doing stickers, but if you want to do other things and if you want to do bigger projects, obviously the Cameo would be better. But if you have enough money, the Graphtec is great. You can't use, you have to buy software for it. I mean, I use Adobe Illustrator, so I have to do a subscription for that. I just do it yearly, but it's quite a bit. I want to say like $300 or something. I'm not sure. So you have to think of that. The standalone machine does not need its own like PC computer. I noticed that with the ARM, with the auto feeder, you actually have to have it on a PC. I use Mac, so that's another perk for this machine. But that's a little bit about this machine. I know it's a basic overview of all three of these, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a little peek of my machines that I actually use for my sticker shop. end my video here. I'm like kind of red because I just put my dog out in the backyard and I played ball and chased her a little bit, and it's very cold outside still. You'll have seen footage of me packing the orders in their shipping, like the flat mailers. So I just packed those in there. I kind of showed how I do that. I tried to keep like the addresses off camera, but I think I was able to do that and show all of you kind of my process for shipping labels. I don't have one of those Dymo printers that a lot of people do. I just print it on the printer back there. It's a laser printer. It's just black ink, and the ink is like, it lasts forever on laser printers. So I do have that one back there. And that's what I print my shipping labels on. I do 2 on a page, and I just order those shipping labels. So they're already pre-cut, and then I just put them on the flat envelopes, and then that's how I package up my orders. I don't think I have anything else to say right now about the machines. If you have any questions about the machines, I figured this would be a good video for you to ask me that, and I will answer them in the comments below. And like I said, maybe I'll go do like more detailed about Silhouette and about Graphtec. I thought about mentioning this when I was talking about the Silhouettes. I actually use the older versions of the software for Silhouette Studio. I use, I don't even know how long ago, how old they are, but the newer versions are so slow. For some reason, like I try to do something in the program and it like takes like 3 seconds. It's like a lag, which 3 seconds doesn't sound like too much, but when you're working on a computer and you're just clicking, and then you have to wait 3 seconds to click something else to like do something, it takes forever. Does anybody else have that problem if you use Silhouette Studio? Like the newer versions are just so slow. I tried it on like that. My laptop is kind of old, so I was like, maybe that was the reason. But then I have my new, it's from last year now, but I put it on the newest version because I've been having this problem for like over a year now for the newer software. I tried it on my brand new Mac. I only have Apple, so I was like, maybe it's like a Mac thing that it's so slow, but because my newer computer did the same exact thing, it was so slow, which it was one reason. Also, it just gave me another reason that I switched over to Graphtec, because now I don't have to worry about it. I'm using Illustrator on my Mac now, and I still use Silhouette Studio on my laptop, but I don't know. I was just wondering if anybody else had that problem with Silhouette, because I'd have to figure that out. Hopefully I still have 2 Silhouettes, so if one of them goes, then I can like go back to my older one, hopefully for just the little bit that I'm still using it for. But I actually have another Silhouette portrait I didn't mention. It's in its box now. I put it back away because I was getting so frustrated with it. It's before I bought my Graphtec, but I was just going to do more Silhouette portraits, and that like with the upgraded software and the newer version of Portrait, I was just so frustrated. I just kind of gave up on it. So that is there for future. And I'm hoping that like future updates of the software will, like, that lag will not be in it. But I haven't found a software update. It's like once it hit the certain software update, it's just like every update after that. I've tried a few of them and it's still so slow. So if anybody has had that problem, let me know, or if you know why it would be like that. But I still use the older version of Silhouette software, and you can always use that still, and especially because I have the older machines, that works perfectly with those. I just don't really know what I would do if I need to stop using the older machines and move to a newer one, since the software is so slow. So that's like things you have to think about when you're a shop owner, I know. And if my Graphtec ever went out, what would I do? I was thinking about that the other day too, and I don't really want to buy 2 Graphtecs because they're huge. I don't know. I don't know where I would put it. So it's working well right now. And I know I used to work at a place we did boat decals, like the names, they're either like licenses, you need a license number on the side of boats, or the name like on the back. That's what we mainly did. So big boat decals we used to do. It was vinyl decals. And the lady that owned the shop only had one. It's technically called a plotter, the cutting machine. She only had one and it worked fine, and she didn't have a backup. So I don't know what she ever did. Like, that was many years ago. So I don't know if it died, she would just replace it maybe or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know if, I think this one's under warranty just for a little bit longer now. I don't know how much longer because I've had it for over a year now. So it might have been 2 years. I'm not sure. But then I don't know what I would do in between times. But that's just, I guess, things to think about when you own your own business. Like, what are you going to do if your machines stop working? Because I have had lots of problems, and you just have to figure it out. And then sometimes you have to close your shop for a little bit while you figure it out. So it's just things to think about. And so I don't know why I was going off on that, but I figured that's just things that I have had to deal with. So I just thought about telling you, maybe be interesting to anyone. But I think I'm gonna stop the video here, and it's the beginning of February now, so I'm gonna be designing my new stickers soon for April, very soon actually. I need to get going on those. It usually takes me like a week to do all of them, get it all done, so I'm doing that now, and I need to put it up by like next Friday. I want to put it up by, because I like to put it up by the 15th. So that would be Saturday, I guess. So I'll have my April stickers up by the 15th. So February 15th. And so we'll work on that soon. Those take a little bit to design. I have a lot of different stickers. So designing takes quite a while, and then I have to make all the different listings, and that's a whole different thing. Maybe I'll get into on some other day. But all right, I think that's everything. I'm just kind of rambling now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I do have a discount code down. Also, if you would like to order from my shop. I hope you all are having a good start to February, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.